This year will be the best year for Call of Duty Zombies. I know it. I can feel it in my bones. I'm not just saying that because I'm excited for Call of Duty Zombies. If you think about it, we really don't have any reason to be excited just yet. A lot of the systems that we're used to in Call of Duty Zombies are changing, and we don't know how that's going to play in the main game. So let's just keep our heads a bit cool for now. Why do I think this will be the best year for Call of Duty Zombies in the first place? Comparing this to other years, Zombies has been a side game mode. Every other Call of Duty, we have had campaign multiplayer and Zombies, basically. And a lot of the other developers had followed suit to the Zombies game mode as well. But Treyarch has been the number one to make all the Zombies content. They're the one who's made the best Call of Duties in the previous years, so that's why I truly believe this will be it. Not just because the other developers don't know what the hell they're doing. I just think this is the core gameplay that we're used to. This is the thing that everybody likes. So what's going to further enhance it this year that makes it so much different from the other years, that makes it so much better? Well, if you think about it, back in World at War, it was just an Easter egg. You played the campaign, you got zombies. Zombies was a pretty cool thing. People just they played it. Over Black Ops 2 though, it's gotten a little worse, but at the same time better. People were starting to get into zombies a bit more. People started making content on YouTube about it, and it's been a thing that people loved watching ever since then. But Transit and Die Rise didn't really fulfill people's enjoyment of zombies as much as the next couple maps did. These maps are the maps that Jason Blundell has made, and has brought numerous amount of people to the zombies community, increasing that of which was already in the Call of Duty zombies community. Of course, it's turned many people away as well because it's been super complicated ever since. There's becoming more and more ways for people to come back to zombies and still enjoy playing it, even though they don't have to play it every day like they used to. It's still a fun thing to do for a lot of people. Now that Black Ops 3 has rolled around, when we first got Shadows of Evil and the Giant, people weren't very happy. A lot of the people actually started to not like Shadows of Evil, not only because of how complicated it was, but we didn't have another map to fall back on that we could play. We did have the Giant, but the Giant was a reskin of Darius. It didn't really satisfy our need. Then Horizon Drac rolled around, and people absolutely loved this map. Not only because it was just a good map in general, but now we have more maps in Black Ops that we can play. And of course, we had more Zombies maps that rolled around, and more people just kept on getting into Zombies. Zombies Chronicles, of course, one of the best selling DLCs or anything really. So Zombies Chronicles made a lot of people come back to Call of Duty and play zombies, especially in Black Ops 3, even though you don't like all the complicated maps and stuff. Now we have all these maps, and now we're all used to the new maps, the new style that Jason Blundell has put on these maps. And we're going to get this style further in Black Ops 4. So now let's talk about Black Ops 4. Why is it going to be the best year that we've ever had? Well, like I was saying, we only had Shadows of Evil and the Giant before. Now we have a total of 4 Zombies maps. 4 Zombies maps. That's ridiculous. Nobody ever thought that was going to happen. We thought we were just going to get 1 again. Our expectations were blown through the frickin' roof. We got 4. Granted, one of them is a DLC that you'd have to buy with the Black Ops Pass, but that was just like the Giant. The Giant became its own thing later on. So the maps that we're going to be getting in these is the 2 main maps, of course, being Voyage of Despair and 9. But we're also getting Blood of the Dead. And for those OG fans, if you will, of Treyarch and all the Zombies game modes, you have a remaster of 5. This is more for the people who are really into zombies and just want another zombies map to play around with. But believe it or not, there's a purpose to all these maps. They all bring a certain variety of people to this game. So going over them all, Voyage of Despair, this is the style map. This is the kind of map that's just very straightforward. It's what we've had before, like Shadows of Evil, and it's not anything too complicated. I won't think it will be too complicated. It will just get us into Black Ops 4. The purpose of 9 A lot of people are going to be playing 9 first. I don't understand it myself. I'm going to play Voyage of Despair first just because that's the map that you'd go into this game. I want to go into this game pretty easily. But 9, what's so important about this map is the Easter eggs. People want to know what this game is all about, and people think 9 is going to bring them the most information that they can possibly get about zombies in Black Ops 4, which I think is okay. I definitely think this is what Treyarch was going for, and I do respect that, so good job, Treyarch. You're doing real good so far. The point of Blood of the Dead is to bring back something we already know that we know and love. Mob of the Dead, of course. One of the most known maps ever because of just the revival of Black Ops 2 and what this is now what zombies is. Mob of the Dead was the start of that, and people want to see that back, so we're getting it back. But here's one thing. They said they weren't going to make it like original Mob of the Dead. It's not a remaster, it's its own map, which I'm kind of scared of. Every time I think about this, it's like, if it ain't broke, then don't fix it. They're trying to fix what's not broke. That's why I'm scared. It's not necessarily going to make this a bad map. It could be better even, which would be absolutely crazy, but it's possible. And if they do that, amazing, cool, good job. But if they do the same kind of thing of what they did in Mob of the Dead, that's great. That's what people want to see, and that's why people want to see it so much, just so they can come back and be familiar to what's going on in zombies. So overall, all these maps bring in a lot of people from a bunch of different perspectives, and that's why many people are going to come around and see Black Ops 4, what it can do, bring its new stuff, and hopefully it'll feel good enough and it will play good so people will actually like it, continuously playing it throughout all the DLCs. Speaking of the DLCs, we don't really know what's going on with the DLCs. We could get multiple maps per DLC because we know that there's going to be 2 categories, the classic and the story maps. So people are going to want to stick around for those DLCs if they're either of the classic zombies or they like the new stuff, whatever their style would be, and they can try out both of them. They'll stay around, they'll stick around, and we're going to have a good time. Another point that I want to go over is the previous years of zombies. Now, our expectations for those zombies were about the same as Treyarch's. We expected to have the same amount of stuff, except new stuff. But we really didn't get that. It's basically the same, man. Like, they didn't really do much to innovate. But going over to World War II, they did kind of innovate. But after the first map, things just really started to go downhill, and they didn't innovate from there. They just, like, uninnovated, if you will. Took away the things that we most like. So what Treyarch's going to do is learn from these mistakes, and they're going to do something maybe kind of what they did, but maybe not. So looking at Black Ops 4 as a whole, you got the multiplayer, you got the Blackout. Those two might just bring people back. It might bring people into the Call of Duty series, especially with Blackout. But there's a little bit of a lack of content, and where the lack of content is going is towards zombies. More people are working on zombies. The zombies team is focused on what they're doing, and they know what needs to be done. They know what the community wants, and they're really pushing to bring us what we want. The team of zombies developers has grown over time so that they're better at making zombies. They know what the community wants, and they're willing to bring what the community wants to us. Basically, what I'm trying to say is there's more dedication towards the zombies game mode compared to multiplayer or even Blackout. They just skipped over the campaign because they didn't think it was good anymore. Not only do we have more maps and more focus on the game mode, with this more focus we have new game modes potentially, like Zombies Rush. We might get Turn back and we might get Grief back because a lot of people like those and we haven't seen it in a while, so maybe they can bring it back. But Zombies Rush is a completely new thing, new style of gameplay that people could play around with if they would want to. But there's not only that, there's also custom mutations that you can mess with the things in the game, and that'll change up the way that people want to play it. And that seems like what Treyarch's really trying to do, is make the game geared towards what the player wants to do, instead of, hey, this is the only way you can play it, this is how it should be played. But instead, now we're looking over different horizons and multiple things that we can do. So looking at the things we had before compared to the things that we're getting in Black Ops 4, this is going to be a very different experience than what we're used to. We are going to be able to play with more things in the game. We can do whatever we want. We're just going to have more fun. There's going to be more variety of people playing the game. There's going to be more people talking about it. Could this year potentially flop? Definitely. If the new stuff in the game isn't actually that good, if the maps they're bringing aren't even that great. We've seen bad maps in the past, trying to do new things, but really, there's not a lot of potential for that happening. I believe that Treyarch can make a definitely good Call of Duty with the technology that we've been given throughout the years. Overall, we're going to have more to do in zombies, and it's going to be a hell of a lot more fun than what we're used to. So thank you guys for watching the video. If you agree with me, write down in the comments. But if you like the video, like the video. If you like my other videos, make sure to subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you all later, unless you see me first. Bye.